What's up, YouTube? Mr. Charlie Black is back here. I'm going to be talking about a situation, actually two situations. First one is Adolph Grimes, out of Louisiana, a young man who was shot and killed on New Year's Eve by the police after they suspected that he was involved in some kind of supposed drug deal. Now, the awkward thing is, I've done a video before on Oscar Grant, rest in peace, Oscar Grant, who also was shot by Rapid Transit Police in Oakland, California, after some kind of incident that they supposedly broke up, or attempted robberies. Details are still unraveling. But this is to talk about Adolph Grimes, and he's a young man who had no criminal record, who was sitting outside his parents' home, waiting for one of his relatives to come out, and cops approached the vehicle, plainclothes police officers, and ended up shooting him twice, and when he got out, somehow ended up shooting him 12 times in the back. Now, for those of you who have not watched this video, there's a clip on CNN that I'm going to link it to, so go ahead and click down there and watch it. If you found my video by the CNN video, then welcome to the Mr. Charlie Black YouTube channel. This situation is kind of different because I've gotten a lot of responses from you to say, well, what would happen if you know, we were all carrying guns? This is a situation where you have a young man, a young black man, who was shot, and he was carrying a licensed firearm. Now, there's no explanation as to how this whole robbery, drug trafficking crime came about, because there's no record of it, according to police records. And the FBI is currently pending an investigation regarding this entire situation. But what really seems awkward to me is that you would let off 48 shots, 48 rounds, and then not only that, what's really off to me is that someone will be hit in their back 12 times. One of the police chiefs got on camera and said that, you know, they train their police officers to shoot and shoot more than once if anyone feels that they're threatened. But plainclothes police officers approaching your vehicle in a not so good area that late at night, what do you expect? Now someone who was completely innocent, who had no criminal record, has once again lost their life at the hands of a gun from a police officer. Now, I know some people will get on this box and say, oh, look, you know, here we go with this black on white thing again. I just can't help but notice that it's happening more and more. And I just can't help but notice that these situations are so common that you're almost desensitized to them. I talked about that with Oscar Grant and the video footage that they had of him. There's none of Adolph Grimes. So what's going to happen? When the FBI has to go step in and start investigating, then we have situations. It's almost as if, whether or not you carry a gun, sometimes carrying a gun will get you into more of a situation, especially with the police, than not having one at all. And sometimes these days it doesn't seem like it even matters. Our police officers, and God bless the good police officers, because there are extremely good police officers out there. But there are damn sure a lot of them these days, it seems, through my own personal experiences and watching others, that are quick to pull that gun. And they're acting as if they are common street thugs. I'm entirely tired of this idea of administrative leave with a pending investigation and things still get swept under the rug. Who's going to follow up with these types of stories? Some people ask why I report on these things. It's simply because I have to put them out there. Whether I get 10 views or 10,000, I'm going to let people know exactly what's happening around the world, especially with situations like this. Police need to be held severely accountable. There's another situation I'm not going to link this video to that. I'm going to put that in the description box. There's a link to another YouTube video. A young man out of Dallas, Texas, named Robbie Tolan, who was shot in his liver in his driveway. Similar situation. He gets out of an SUV that the police thought were stolen. Now, why did they think this SUV was stolen? No one knows. He's shot. He was in a seated position on the driveway. A police officer starts to manhandle his mother. He gets up to see what's going on with his mother, and he's shot. Now, supposedly, these are also plainclothes police officers. And this is also late at night. And this is a situation where they thought an SUV was stolen, supposedly. But the $1 million question, as the reporter asked, is, why did you think that this vehicle was stolen? Now, some people scream racial profiling. And I know that it may not be. I just know from my experiences, even being stopped and having similar experiences to this one, it seems that there's always an issue. When I get in my car and I go somewhere, I've been stopped before and been asked, things about my last name. Why it is the way that it is. I've been asked things about how I got the vehicles that I got. And I don't think that we need to go that far. If you check my registration, my license, and you check my vehicle, and everything matches up, it does not matter how I got it. And situations like this, luckily I'm not being stopped at 12:30, 2 o'clock in the morning with no witnesses. Police have to be held accountable. There are great cops out there. Do not get me wrong. Do not misquote me and say that I'm saying all cops are bad. But when you are behaving like common street thugs, in communities that you were supposed to be policing, killing innocent people when there are criminals out there running their asses up and down the streets of all kinds of bad neighborhoods, that is cowardly. Not only is it cowardly, it sets a bad tone for the entire community. I don't know how else to put it. I really, really don't. And I don't know what else to stress. The people that we elect to protect and serve us are not doing their jobs. And some people say, well, that's when you get involved in your grassroots government. But the simple fact of the matter is, I think that a lot of our police force is fraternal. If I want to become a police officer and then I have a child who grows up to become a police officer, their chances are that much easier in a lot of cases, in a lot of situations, because they can pull strings and get people all kinds of hookups. It works in all types of areas of business, of work. But at the same time, when you are putting someone's life on the line, when you are entrusting the safety of thousands of people, sometimes hundreds of thousands of people, in one person's hand or one group of people's hands, you have to be very careful of who you're electing to do this job. Now, I don't know what the mentality is behind this. When is it going to come to an end? Watch the videos if you have not already. Like I said, I'll be linking this to the Adolph Grimes video. I will put the Robbie Tolan video in my description. Make sure you watch them. Let me know what you're thinking about the entire situation. Mr. Charlie Black is signing out. More to come.